Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a video talking about Optimum Tech's mouse. I'm sure most of, if not all of the people watching this video have seen Optimum Tech's video going over the creation and engineering of his dream fingertip mouse, and since then he's actually decided to launch it as a product. It's going to be sold as a mod kit. I don't have all the details, and this video is not really going to be telling you whether you should buy it or not. It's just going to be talking about my experience with the mouse he designed. This is a prototype model. I'll throw up a few of the changes that he mentioned will be made on the standard model, but yeah, this is definitely not a finalized product. It is using a Viper V2 Pro PCB, and it weighs in around 29 grams. That is with a 300 milliamp hour battery, so you could definitely shave the weight off a few grams with a smaller battery. But I saw in his video he mentioned not every battery was working with the Razer PCB, so I just didn't want to fuck with it. Personally, I don't want it to seem like the weight is an issue on this mouse or anything. It is obviously extremely light, especially for a wireless mouse. I actually have tried and reviewed a pretty similar idea to this in the past. This one was a wired mouse with an M2K PCB that came in around 15 grams. So this one is obviously extremely fucking light. Both the mice are pretty similar in terms of design, with just contact points on the clicks and then the side. One very interesting thing with the Optimum mouse, and probably what took me the longest time to get adjusted to, is the type of fingertip grip that this mouse forces you into. As you can see, there are two separate contact points on the right side instead of just one flat point, which is definitely something noteworthy if you're somebody who fingertip grips in a way like I do, where you have your ring and pinky finger kind of close to each other. I actually grip the mouse this way because when I used the Final Mouse Ultralight 2, the sides were so narrow that it kind of forced me into that grip. But the Optimum mouse, you definitely have to separate your fingers a bit more. I have found that if I just grip the mouse towards the very bottom of the clicks, I can kind of pull off a grip like this. You really can't fit two fingers on one click without it feeling very awkward. So yeah, if I had to pick one gripe with the mouse, that is probably what it would be, just because the way I fingertip grip, I don't generally like to bend my pinky finger unless I am actually dragging the mouse back into my hand to adjust with it. So yeah, I'm honestly not sure the reason. Maybe it saves a bit of weight to not connect the pieces, but that definitely would make it a bit safer for different grip styles. And he did say that the grip width is going to be a bit more narrow. I feel like that kind of makes sense. Just looking at it, you could definitely make the mouse slightly thinner, and that definitely lines up with Rocket Jump Ninja's aim theory principles, because we have the very low button height and then we need thin grip width. That is the Rocket Jump Ninja formula, and this mouse, obviously being extremely light as well, it's following all of the rules to be one of the best pure aiming mice on the market. And yeah, this is a mouse that I primarily used in aim trainers and Fortnite no build, and a bit in Valorant as well, but obviously you can't use it for building in Fortnite since it does lack side buttons. And I was able to set some scores primarily in speed clicking and reactive tracking. Target switching was not too bad, but I was just surprisingly not able to do static too well with this mouse. Even after lowering my sense a lot to accommodate for the lack of weight and really just substance of a mouse, I still did feel that the stability was not there compared to something like the Viper Mini Signature Edition or just a standard full-size mouse. Pretty in line with other fingertip grip mice though, like the HSK Pro. But another thing with this mouse that I feel like could definitely be addressed is whenever I put more pressure with my thumb to just get better control of the mouse, I could feel this thumb piece flex in a bit. So if it was really reinforced, I feel like this wouldn't be an issue, and it just makes the mouse feel a bit off when trying to aim with it. It's nothing that ruined it, but yeah, definitely worth noting with the thumb piece. It doesn't seem to be as noticeable on the right side. That might just be because I'm not putting as much pressure with those fingers. But yeah, now getting to the clicks, these are probably, presuming you're clicking at the bottom, the lightest mouse click that you're ever gonna feel. I have tried well over 150 mice at this point, and nothing has just felt this light and easy to spam. It has a very fast rebound. I was told that the post travel is going to be adjusted a bit. As you can see, there is a good amount of room for post travel currently. Not too many issues with wobble or pre-travel because the mouse just activates almost instantly. There's not going to be much pre-travel. The scroll wheel is definitely a bit weird. It is the stock Viper V2 Pro wheel, and it's high profile. And yeah, it's really the only thing worth noting. You can see a profile of the scroll wheel on the Viper Mini Signature, and just a standard mouse, it's not going to be too much higher relative to the buttons, but on the Optimum Tech mouse, the scroll wheel is is pretty high up. Just looking at it, I don't think there's a lot of room for it to lower, but he did say he's going to make some adjustments to the standoff alignment. I'm not sure what those specifically meant. And the scroll wheel currently is a bit heavy to activate the click, but that is also going to be adjusted as well. But if you're just scrolling every now and then, it's totally fine. Just for casual like browsing and stuff, it's fine. But if you are using it like every second in game, it might be worth noting that it's going to be a bit of a jump for your hand to activate, going from the standard grip style. But yeah, I don't know what more else needs to be said about this mouse. Obviously, in terms of tech, like click latency, it felt incredible, but the most polarizing aspect is obviously going to be the shape and weight. If you're somebody who's bought into fingertip grip mice and just all those extreme factors where you want the lowest possible button height, the lowest weight, just a mouse with only contact points and really nothing more, then this might be something worth considering. But even if you're not used to that style of mouse and you just want to try it out when it launches, definitely could be worth copying a mod kit. This is obviously not going to be like my #1 option, but it was certainly fun to test. Just get adjusted to the grip style that it seems like Optimum uses on his mouse, similar to the Rocket Jump Ninja mouse, how that kind of had like designated aiming points. You really get a feel for how other people grip their mouse. But yeah, I was able to get some scores, but nothing that I felt was far and away better than something I had tried previously, which I wasn't really expecting. I was just expecting this to be Optimum Tech's take on a fingertip grip mouse, and seeing that it was like the first mouse he ever designed, pretty fucking cool. It's going to improve over time. And yeah, he really just sent out the mouse for some feedback and general thoughts, so I hope I was able to provide adequate thoughts for both him and people interested in the mouse, because whenever I was showing it, people were asking questions about it. There are also Pulsar Super Grips provided in the box, which I feel like are borderline necessary putting on the mouse, because it just makes it feel a lot more rubbery and grippy than the standard 3D printed plastic. And yeah, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, just a look at a pretty crazy mouse made by a YouTuber, not a traditional mouse company. But yeah, like and sub if you enjoyed, and peace.